Today I'm in Age of Empires 2. I'm going to make a new guide for the prominent player achievement, which is to beat the extreme AI in a 1v1. And I'm going to do it without building an army and having an actual war with them. So you don't have to fight them, but you can do this and you can get the achievement. Now, first off, you're going to want to be picking your civilization. Actually, I'll go through in order. Right. First things first, you want to be on, well, whatever game mode you want to play. I play random map, just because. I'm not sure if this works on other versions like Empire Wars, Regicide, whatever, right? But ideally, you want something there you can win in any way possible. Basically just random map, because if you set it to a different condition, you might be beat out by some other random thing, or your victory condition might not be possible. The idea is we're going to build a wonder, right? So you don't want to pick Wonder Race, because at that point, they'll probably build a Wonder before you, because they're the extreme AI. They are really good on the eco, really good on the army. So you pick the map, Michi. Now Michi is, if you don't know, this one here. It's like a big forest in the middle of between, so you can't go around the forest. There's like a big forest wall blocking you off from the enemy. So that's what you want, right? Tiny 2 player, of course, you're going to be on extreme difficulty if you want to do this. Now, set whatever you want for the rest of the stuff, doesn't matter. Now, the thing that I found is you want to be a civilization that has good economy or whatever. You can have some good eco upgrades, get some free eco upgrades, or just has something that gives it an economic edge, so you can just age up faster. And the enemies, you can either be the Huns, which I tried it as last night, but I reckon the Turks are a better way to go about it, right? Now, the main reason for this is because if I look at, say, the Huns, for example, you need to find a civilization that does not have the Onager upgrade, because if it has the Onager upgrade on Extreme AI, what it will do is when it reaches Imperial Age, it will recognize, yes, my enemy is on the other side of this forest, and the extreme AI can actually use these to cut down trees. Everything up to hardest doesn't recognize this strategy, but the extreme AI recognizes, yes, this is proficient at clearing trees. I'm going to just blast my way through the trees and flood my army into their base. And, if you're not really good at the game, they're going to rush you down with quite a powerful army. The other civilization that has this is Turks. They don't have the Onager either, but basically all the other civilizations, they do have the Onager. So I want to be against Huns or Turks. Now I tried this with Huns last night. I'm going to try it with Turks now, because the issue that I had with Huns that Turks don't have, if it works, is that this upgrade here in unique tech, atheism, plus 100 years, radical wonder victories. Yeah, so if I'm going for a wonder victory, as soon as I put a wonder down, they immediately yes, research atheism. So I'm going to pick Turks because they do not have that sort of issue. So, yes. So I'm going to go against Turks. I'm on extreme. I'm on, resources standard. I'm on Michi, tiny 2 player. So this should, in theory, work out better than it did last night. Anyway, I rambled on for long enough. Let's start the game, and I'll showcase, what the actual game is like at this point. So we're going for the proficient player achievement. Already have it. But yeah, so, you can see me, Tartars versus Turks. I'm going for Tartars because of the extra meat on the herdables. So that gives me a bit of an edge in early game, ranking up, getting a bit more food early. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to queue up villagers and put them on the straggler trees around me. Send in one of these to the town centre.
Salam.
Throw out an auto scout so hopefully it can find the rest of them. Throw all of them over there. I want to build 4 houses. Now I think the enemy's in that direction, so I want to be building a lumber camp more up in that direction, because I do not want to be cutting down these middle trees. I was going to send these llamas in one by one, because, well, yeah, that's a sensible thing to do in my opinion. Like, you want to send in the llamas one by one, so these guys automatically just walk straight over to the next llama. Want to make sure you have villagers queued up, because you want to be getting these villagers out as fast as possible.
Salam.
Now, I'm actually pretty terrible at this game, so bye. Whoa, what's this guy doing? Yeah, I don't want him doing that. Okay, I don't know why I have so many people being a shepherd, but... Alright, cool, he's found some more llamas. That's good. Right, he's found my last llamas. That's even better.
تيار من
تيار من
I'm also going to set up a mine camp in a time.
Hey.
So now I've got all the 8 people on here like I want. Don't really want one of these over here at the moment. And my deer is actually in good position as well, like I can actually build a mill over there later. I'll actually probably do that now because I'm at that stage. I'll keep producing some villagers still. Now I can't remember how many villagers to actually go up with in the professional build order, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Because I'm not a professional, of course, so... You know, I'm not like a pro player, I'm not going to push these deer. Like, I'm going to do boar laws as well, because I do want to do that. Like, you know, I recommend everyone should learn boar lures in that sense, because these have a big amount of meat on them. I'd recommend definitely getting used to how to, like, do the animals. I'm going to quickly move my cam here, so I'm going to cut this out real quick. Boom, instant. But yeah, right, now, these guys I want actually over here as soon as they cut down the straggler trees. So that's why I'm managing them quite micro. I'm going to age up now because I feel like that's going to be a strategy. I pump out one more villager because... Actually, no, I'm not. Right. Now, it's alright to have a lot of people on wood because we're going to need a lot of wood. I have that one guy working on the berries over there, which will be fine. Next I'm going to do these boars. Then I might do those deer over there. But we'll really see. Right, now to lure boars in, you want to do something pretty simple. You want to shoot the boar and immediately run away. Sometimes the boar does that. You want to get a villager over here. Now you might want to actually use the garrison feature here, so... Although yeah, your villagers might take a bit of damage, so... Like, I mean, if you're really good at the game, you avoid the villager damage completely by, well... I mean, I guess positioning your villagers better, garrisoning the unit at the right time, all that jazz. The basically, yeah, if you're really good, you can avoid taking any damage on your villagers, but since we're not going to be fighting the enemy at this time, it doesn't matter. Like, see, they've already... Okay, they've just advanced to Feudal Age. Oh yeah, I should be... Well, I'm researching Wheelbarrow right now, so that's fine. I do want to pump out more villagers after this. I also want to get, the, you know, the axe. I actually need to put a villager on gold, so... Probably one of my first villagers that come out do that. Now, for the second ball, I don't want to be using a person that's already damaged. Because the ball's going to aggro on them at that point. Let's see if I can build a mine camp in the time that this person's getting over there. You can also do your balls like this, where you don't garrison your unit and they just take a bit more damage. Like that one almost died there. If you have loom, you're going to be faring a bit better, but it's not always that you're going to get loom in this time. So, you know, I haven't got loom because I'm just focusing purely on, well, just getting all this stuff done. Like, you're going to want to keep producing villagers. I actually need to produce more houses soon because you're going to want at least 53. And the reason why 53 is because I think that's the amount that you can actually fit around a wonder. So you're going to want as many villagers building as possible. Now I'm sending 8 people to the berries over there, which is pretty inefficient when you think about it. Like, you know, a lot of the better players of the game would not recommend doing that. Because, well, yeah. You don't want to... Like, apparently berries are really inefficient, like, as an actual food source. Their only advantage is they don't really cost wood. So I'll set those guys up on, just the farm real quick. Select that. Now if that villager gets over there, see they're already at Castle Age. Like, you know, that's where my build order falls apart. Like, if I was doing well, I'd be at Castle Age as well. But yeah, I'm not. Because normally what it is like the way the build order typically works is you get enough villagers doing stuff that you basically get to Feudal Age and then straight afterwards can get to Castle Age. You could probably look up the build order on YouTube to find a better build order, like, and you know, you get like the same sort of speed the extreme AI is getting. But I mean, I'm not that guy, being real. Yeah, I'd like to learn the official good build order basically, but yes, I'm doing an early deposit of that right there. Because I want to go after these deer, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that with these guys over here, where these people are farming. Now what a professional might do, be like they get the scout over here and push the deer towards like the mill or the town centre. Like as you can see here, when you stand here, the deer run away. So you make them run towards... here I am, I'm getting houses like I thought I would, because I actually forgot to build houses like I said I was gonna. So... That's kind of a mistake that I shouldn't have made. But I made it, so... So you know, this, I took my eyes off the deer and this is what happened. Like, they split. I didn't want them to do that. Like, you know, they shot down this deer and then other people like, oh, you know, I'll shoot this other deer over here. So it's very wasteful in that sense, like... Just have them split like that. Ridiculous. Because the deer decay rate is what you want to fight against with these. Like, all the harvestable animals, they do have a decay rate. So you want to fight against that in the sense of like you want as many villagers, like normally around 8, as you can get on them, because this way you have like 1 decay rate versus all your villagers harvesting. So you don't want to ever split villagers on animals, unless you have like absolutely tons of villagers, but you know, not the point. The point being is I actually should have built some buildings a while ago. Like, I want to build the market and the blacksmith. Now, it don't really matter what buildings you build for the feudal age buildings. I just build these two because, well, it's also partially to prove a point that, yeah, now I can do this without having to build a military at all. So that's the way I'm doing it. So, I'll shove these villagers back on berries for now. I'm gonna put some villagers on stone now, because I'm gonna need a bit of stone later on. Quite a bit of stone. Now, I actually technically probably do have enough houses now. I'm not going to use this population limit, but I'm just going to finish letting that guy build some houses anyway. And send these two back to wood. And now that I built those, I'm actually going to get rid of these villagers I'm queuing, because I want to age up as soon as possible. As you can see, I'm really falling behind in score, age, and all that against this AI, and it don't really matter. Like, yeah, like the extreme AI, if this was like a straight map where they can actually access me, they'd be whooping me right now. Like, you know, they're sending some, like, you know, initial rush unit down. See, like, oh yeah, this guy's defenseless. Let's just take him out, and you know, they just win the game like that, right? But right now, I am basically hidden. So, you know, they can't get me. I'm fine. Absolutely chill. Like, they probably got their relic already in the monastery and they're generating relic gold. You know, they probably all got all this stuff going for them. But that doesn't matter to me right now. I'm just going to start farming around this mill here as well because, well, you know, I feel like it's better to have, like, more farms set up. Yeah, I got those upgrades in the end. But I didn't get the stone mining upgrade, so I want to do that. This doesn't have access to stone shaft mining. It doesn't have upgrade to like the 2-man saw, but that doesn't matter so much. In fact, I'm also going to eliminate the queuing of these because I want a hand cart. Now, normally I wouldn't use this many villagers to build, but I'll do whatever. To stick to the point of I'm not building a military. Boom. University and monastery. It's actually important to build a university, so you definitely want that to be one of them. You can build like whatever you want, but realistically, I find you might as well just build a university and a monastery because you don't really have access. Well, you could build a siege workshop, but you don't really need to. Like, you know, the monastery, you can have a monk pick up the relic, and the university, you're going to need... You want treadmill crane. You really want this upgrade. Like, this upgrade here, really important. So, I'm going to buy it now, because, you know, it's important. And I'm going to send that over there. I'm going to age up to this real quick. I'm going to cancel these 4 villagers here, because I'm aging up. Now, actually, at this point, I'm going to throw these ones on stone, because I'm running a bit behind on stone, actually, compared to where I want to be. So you see, my gold's almost 1,000, my wood's almost 1,000, and my stone's almost 1,000. You know, I could get the gold shaft mining upgrade, I can get the wood upgrade. I'd probably even get this because why not? It's like the food, it doesn't cost food to build a wonder, it only costs everything else, so... Right now they probably have tons of castles over there, but... Again... That's not my concern. Yeah, because if you were playing against anything that weren't the Turks or Huns by now, what you'd hear is these explosions going off, and that's like the onager breaking slowly through this tree line here, and what will happen is there'll just be like a straight 3x3 corridor that just keeps, like, just appears basically. But yeah, they advanced the Imperial Age. So it's at this point that they'd start just like siege onagering straight through your, or regular onagering just straight through your line here. Like you just get somewhere along here would be just a hole would appear, and they just flood in with whatever they have. Like normally it's a cavalry, but they might have like, you know, they send their scout in first, and they just have like everything else just flood in afterwards, and they'll take you out like that. I'm gonna get this because I like the idea of being like my thing be a bit more secure. And I'm not quite done on the stone yet, but I reckon if I highlight them all and have them deposit early, yep, I got enough stone. So what you want to do is you want to do that. Get your wonder. Place it wherever. I'm just going to place it here. Now, you probably have these guys like abandon the wood, but I'm sending them back to the lumber camp to deposit the wood anyway. Now at this point, have these guys basically just send all your villagers over to this at this point, because that's the most important thing. I'm just being greedy and depositing these resources even though I don't really need them at all. Like, there's nothing else I need to do this game. Then, you know, set your rally point there and start pumping out more villagers onto that. Now, if I recall, you can fit 53 around there, so I'm going to do 12 villagers to get up to 53. I'll put this relic in even though it's pretty irrelevant at this point. At this point, just get whatever upgrades you want. If you want a higher technology score, you don't really need to. As you can see, the wonder's coming along fine. I'll move these guys so hopefully I'll have another village who can fit in there. Now I'll queue up that, queue up that. Of course, there's no point to any of these upgrades I'm getting. Right now you can see that there. My wonder victory's been triggered.
Salam. Tayyar man. Düşündüm. Can kılgay man. Selam.
Now you send your villagers back to whatever job you want them doing.
Emriniz daraht keskeyman.
Again, it really doesn't matter at this point. Now you literally just have to wait for this timer to go down. Now, since they're the Turks or Huns, ideally the Turks, because I tried Huns last night, and they immediately researched atheism at this point, making that a 300-year timer instead of 200-year. Because I literally just went through the technology list and looked for the first one that didn't have the Honor upgrade, but before this video I looked through, see if there was any others that didn't have Honor upgrades, and the only other one is Turks, so you want to be against the Turks ideally. But yeah, since they're Turks, they don't have Honor, they're not breaking through the forest. I mean, they are slowly breaking through the forest with woodcutters, but they're not going to reach here in time. So you just basically just chill like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you know, whatever you do here doesn't matter at all. You basically just win. I'm going to build another lumber camp over here, because these guys are eventually going to run out of wood to chop, so at that point they're going to start looking for other sources of wood. You don't want them near this big wood line here, even though I don't think it's going to make much of a difference at this point, but just in case, keep them away from there. That is like your defensive wall, so, you know.
Tayyar man. Daraht keskay man. Bargay man. Daraht keskay man. Emriniz kurgay man.
I get crop rotation because, yeah. Oh yeah, the epic I'm getting here, completely pointless. I don't even have anything that can actually use these arrow upgrades that I'm getting. Where'd my scout go? There he is. I mean, yeah, I dug through there. Like, cut through all that. They might have started attacking my villagers, so might as well get rid of that. I think I have my scout redo the tree line so I can see a bit further, because now I have town watch. I can see a bit further. So I'm going to check out that everything's safe. It should be fine, so... But as you can see here, I see absolutely no signs of them breaking through. If you're a bit paranoid, you probably have enough stone to actually build a castle at this point.
Tayyar men.
So, you know, I'll build a castle, why not?
Kurgay man.
As you can see, absolutely nothing. It's just trees, trees, and more trees as far as you can see. Like, look at their score compared to mine. They're doubling my score. They're whooping. Like, and at the end, I'll show you what they had. So, like, you know, you know that they're just decimate. Like, you know, they're destroy. Although, yeah, this video is kind of like mostly over it. Well, yeah, mostly over at this point, because if you really wanted to, you could just do this right now. Like, you know, me waiting for this to tick down doesn't really mean a lot. Because, you know, I've already shown you the strategy, like the core part of it is like already done. Like, yeah, I told you, like, yeah, just play against the Turks or Huns, ideally the Turks. Be a civilization that can boost the eco a bit, like, you know, I did it my way. I even showed you, like, then I showed you the in-game stuff of like, oh yeah, my build order is pretty bad, but it's good enough. Like, you just want to be slightly proficient. Like, you don't have to be 100% like do the best meta, as it were, but you want to be at least somewhat fast, I think. Like, you don't want to be taking an age to get to Imperial Age. So, you know, I showed you some rough tricks with like the herdables and the boars, for example, that may help out. I've already shown you, like,
Amriniz.
Yeah, basically I've always shown like everything that needs to be shown basically. Like, you know, I've shown you like, oh yeah, you want to send people to different things. Like, I probably could have done with sending some more villagers stone a bit earlier, but you know, it is what it is. I get these stable upgrades because why not? And I'll get these elite Keshik upgrade because, I mean, it's not like I'm using any units, but at the same time, it gives me something to do in this time. Yeah, as you can see with my castle range, absolutely nothing here, like, just trees and trees and trees. So you're really good, as long as this survives, which it will, because nothing's going to attack it. You have nothing to worry about.
Salam darach keskemen. Darach keskemen. Hazır darach keskemen.
I'm most of the way there now, like 3/4 of the way there. Still nothing happening. Which is why I say this is the easy way of doing it, because like, as you can see, I literally don't have to fight. There's literally nothing for me to do, basically. Like, you know, they haven't built a wonder or anything like that, so they're fine. In fact, coming to think of it, right, this didn't happen to me, but if the Extreme AI really wanted to win as Huns, what they'd do is they'd research atheism and set up their own wonder. Unless it counts all wonder victories and relic victories. I can't remember reading the tech, but if it was just enemy wonder and relic victories, they'd have a 200 year and I'd have 300 year, so I think it's all of them, so that wouldn't quite work. But alternatively, they'd actually use trebuchets to break through the tree line, even though it's a bit slower. They kind of just have to at that point. But as it is right now, they don't do that, so thankfully you can still do this method. If they patch it out later so they do use trebuchets, I'm sorry for recommending that idea to them, like, you know, in that sense, like, you know, mentioning it here. But that doesn't happen right now, so, but if it does happen in the future, my bad. Yeah, no, like, they're all pretty clear right now in that sense, like, because like all the other civilizations, they're building Onaga like way ages ago and just blast through a tree line, so you'd basically like, see this 3x3 corridor coming along through here, and you know you just get slaughtered because it's Extreme AI, unless you're good at the game. In which case, you probably could just beat these anyway with any method on any map, really. Like, you know, you'd actually just have a fair fight against them. But, you know, that's if you're really good at the game. But I reckon most people are not really good at the game. Like, I'm not really good at the game. Like, this method that I'm doing now works for all difficulties. Apart from on all the lower difficulties, you can have them beat any race, or any civilization I should say, because they will not break through the tree line with onagers unless it's on extreme mode, in which case they're like, hey, I can do that. Yeah, I'm about to win, so here we are, I'm won. Now, the achievement won't pop straight away for you. If you click return to map, it still won't pop. But I just want to show you quick. As you can see, they had like all these bombard cannons, these hussars, like elite janissaries here. And they had rams. They had like a big line of castles along the front, like, you know, castle. They had bombard towers along the front. Like, you know, they were prepared. Like, if there was actually a battle here, they were prepared. They had lumber camps, although not many of them. Like, they had like tons of lumber camps to begin with. And they're building siege workshop after siege workshop. Like, look how many siege workshops they have here. They have like tons of houses. Like, when I was against the Huns, again, another advantage is the Huns has. Like, it's probably better to use Turks. So the Huns didn't need houses, so they just had tons of stables, tons of like siege workshops, tons of everything basically. But as you can see, with the amount of siege workshops they had on the Extreme AI, they definitely would be using onagers if they did actually have access to them. But they don't. They only have the mangonel here, so they couldn't do that, thankfully. But like, as you can see, they already built one, so you know, if they were any other race that weren't Huns or Turks, they would just build one of those and go bam, bam, straight through, like probably over here where I built my castle. But even if they did, I wouldn't be able to stop all this, and especially with the amount of unit production they have, you know, I definitely wouldn't be able to stop all of it. They'd just be like easy donezo. But so you have a lot of villagers farming as well. Like, you know, they have a lot of stuff going on. They're trading with the AI trade post in the corner. Like, yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, if you want, when you want the achievement, you've got, if you click the statistics, this is where it pops to me. Like when I opened up the statistic menu, that's when it popped. So, you know, as you can see, that took me, it says 49 minutes there up in time, but you know, this video is only like 36 minutes long at this point, 37 minutes long, and that was with the data. But so I reckon the game speed is a bit different than the actual time, which is like interesting. But yeah, as you can see, like, you know, the largest army, 110. My largest army, 2. You know, they really, you know, here they have like trade profit. They have a lot more relic gold than me. You know, they put the relic in much earlier, probably. Actually, no, they have a lot more trade profit here. Like, they just collect a lot more gold. You know, I collected more stone, but, you know, they're completely dwarfing me on the amount of resources they collected. You know, I aged up to the feudal age a bit faster than them, but they really, really racked me up in the time they took to get castle age, and imperial age was about the same, but, you know, we both managed to research the same amount of research, which was pretty interesting. As you can see, they got more relic gold than me, and their villager high, so much more higher than mine. Like, both their army and their villager high, like, you know, they boomed their villagers and killed a bunch of them off, I guess, to get a large army. As you can see here, yep, this graph reflects it accurately, where there's, like, you know, they reach cat, like, they already start off, well, yeah, they start off producing more than me, like, they get more villagers really fast. You know, then, at the end of it, they're, you know, they're not wasting any town centre time, basically. I think those dips here are when I'm literally let my town centre idle. You know, so everything's sort of the same. They get to feudal age, they start just producing more than me. You know, I come back a bit in this time between castle age. I guess I'm building more villages. They get to castle age, they absolutely boom in villages, and then like, you know what? Now they reach imperial. They're like, I don't need as many resources. Stop deleting their villages and replacing them with military units. So yeah, these guys, the Extreme AI, really tough. Like, you know, they're getting quite good times here. Like, you know, castle age in 13 minutes. Like, you know, I'm not a professional, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But as you can see, I kind of lag behind a bit. But yeah, these guys are really tough. You don't want to fight, like, you know, as you can see here, I didn't even fight them. Like, you know, none of us killed units, none of us lost units. Yeah, no buildings were lost, no conversions, no nothing. I had like a large army of 2. The army was like 55 times larger than mine. And that's only because I built a monk, otherwise it'd be like 100 times larger than mine. So yeah, basically that's how you get the, well, I can't remember what the achievement name was, so was it Prestigious Player or something like that? Yeah, that's how you get, either way, it's in the thumbnail. But yeah, that's how you get that achievement easy. Like, you know, no fight, no hassle, no nothing. So yeah, that's about it for this guide. Hope you all enjoyed watching, like, just a generic playthrough of that, like, and yeah, hope you all can get this achievement if you're looking for this in the game. This is the easiest way of doing it, I found. There's probably are other ways of getting it, but for me, this was the way I like doing it. Like, well, this is the way I found I could do it, and that's the way I decided to make a guide for it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. and I hope you all have a good day.